Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of The Wonderful World of the Wizard of Oz in Minecraft. In this episode I will be focusing on the lion's meeting point, and also because that doesn't really take very long, like it's not really a massive area other than obviously the forest, I'm also going to be starting on the witch's castle, which I have put over there. As of me recording this intro, I have already finished what I've built for this episode, so I will just show you, because I didn't get a replay of this I don't think, but I have extended the forest back here, this is obviously the Tin Man's area. This is where Dorothy, the Scarecrow and the Tin Man are sitting, and the witch appears up here and she throws a fireball at the Scarecrow, and then the Tin Man puts it out with his hat. But you will see that there is a forest through here. And before I show you the time lapse, I just want to show you. So for the lion's area, I started with the actual meeting point of the lion itself before I worked on the forest. And there is a fallen tree next to the lion, which I also built, which is quite cool. And there's also like brownish leaves, which obviously I can't really do that. I could use mangrove roots, I guess, but my solution was to add resin clumps around where the lion is, just to really show that this is where the lion is. And a bit later on you will see that I also added a stick with the armour stand mod, because there's a stick sticking out of the ground right next to the Scarecrow in the reference photos that I'm using, and so I thought I may as well add that into the game since I can. For the forest, I made 5 different custom trees and I just rotated them, mirrored them, and placed them around using light matica. On your way out of the forest, I set some more command blocks with pressure plates that sort of faded the time into a brighter day, and then when it gets to day, you reach the flower forest, or the flower field rather, where the Emerald City will be. I'm very, very excited. I did not think that this series would be over so fast, and it's almost sad. Like, I'm really sad. That's why I'm doing everything else before the Emerald City, even though they reach the Emerald City before they go to the witch's castle, because I just want it to be the final big thing. And of course this flower field may expand. I don't know. It depends how big the Emerald City is. Now, for the witch's area, I started by just adding a staircase, because there's a long bridge that goes into a mountain into her castle. So I initially started by building that bridge, and then I built some mountains surrounding that. And then I did some very rough attempts at like the castle and the base of the castle and things. I made it out of a different material than what the final thing would be, so that I could just quick change everything and then I could, it would stand out, and so I'd be able to see it. I really think looks very good, I added these like yellow gradient windows. I just think they look so cool, and I think yellow really was the right choice for that. It just looks amazing, I think. And I tried to stay as faithful as I could to the witch's castle, also using creative liberty and license and whatever the saying is, because there aren't really many photos of like the exact exterior and the exact interior of the witch's castle, and so I thought it would be fun to sort of use it as a reference but ultimately make my own. And so that is exactly what I did, and I think it looks really cool. As of recording this voiceover, I have not completed the room which Dorothy is kept in, so I will be completing that in just a moment on camera. But I also did some cool things to the floor, just because obviously I don't want it to be grass. Like, it just wouldn't work and the mountains would stick out too much. So as you can see in the lion's forest, as you come around here, that's the Tin Man's area. As you come around, I think it looks very cool. So here is where, behind this tree, right in this spot, is where Dorothy runs when the lion jumps out, and the fallen tree is quite cool. I just think this area is very cute. I think you can definitely tell what it is if you've seen the film, and like I said, this stick, it's very Minecrafty, but it's a stick sticking out nonetheless. And then I will just take you through here. Gets a little bit laggy here with my shaders. How cool is this? It's very cool. The flower field isn't actually that big. The path sort of fades off. I'll just take these off. It's not huge, but yeah, actually, if we go back through here, there's a bit in the flower forest where, there's a bit in the flower field where snow rains down and puts them all to sleep. And so I thought it would be cool to do that. So it's a basalt delta, I believe. Yeah, it's a basalt delta. And I know the sky slightly changes, but honestly, the sky does change colour when it snows, so I'm not mad. Of course, I will extend the wheat and blend it and whatnot and add some other things, including a forest. This is so cool. And look at this little lake. Obviously, this is glass. I say obviously, with the shaders, you actually can't really tell, but look at that reflection. How cool is that? There is a door at the back, but obviously in this world, it isn't going to go anywhere, so don't open it. I also am going to put some barrier blocks in these because there isn't glass in the windows, but obviously I don't really want people falling out of the windows. There's like a, next to the stairs, there's like a thing here, but there's also, I wish I had the shelves item. How am I going to do this? I'm just going to have to use armor stands. And then for the thing in the middle, I'm just going to use carpet to make like a pattern. Do I want to make it actually circular? I think I'll keep it like that. I've changed my mind. I actually am going to use this. Should I get stone instead? I think that would be better than this. Yes. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to do this to make it more true. I think that looks right, and then I can put the crystal ball here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. Whoops, what am I doing? I'm going to use this block. Remember, I'm still new to the armor stand mod. There we go. I think I have a little stand. Oh, it's so hard to get it. I don't think I actually can get it like right dead center. That looks good enough. I think I'm going to put it down a bit though. I don't want it quite like as blocky. I think this is quite cool. I don't think that this frog light in the middle needs to be like perfectly centered or anything. I think this, honestly, it took a lot of like deliberation and I tried a few different things, but this looks quite cool. There's like a little stand. If I lower this 1 pixel, it goes into the block. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it floating, but this is really cool. I need to make the hourglass. I think I'm just gonna put both of these like stacked on each other but upside down. I don't really know how else to explain it. This actually worked. I can't believe it. Oh my god. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but that's it. That's an hourglass. That's an hourglass that has just been flipped and is trickling down. Oh my god. And right here in my reference photo is where her broom is. So I've got an idea. I don't know if it will work. So my idea actually worked. Oh my god, this worked better than I thought it would. I couldn't get this to be at the same angle as this, but that actually looks so cool because it looks like it's leaning. Oh my god. I'm having so much fun with this armor stand mod. I love it so much. This is amazing. I mean, this. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I know it isn't perfect, but you can tell what that is. Or maybe I just know what it is. But oh my god. I'm going to add a few more books up here and then I will get back to you because oh my goodness. So I've added this part because there's like a lattice. Is that the right word? I feel like I've just said the wrong word, but there's one of those. And I don't know how I could do a diagonal one. I don't just want to use armor stand mod all the time because I don't want frames to be awful. But I think the fence works okay. Whoops. I don't see why it would be an issue. I think it works well enough. Also, I've moved the barrier blocks back so that, like the witch, you can actually stand in the window, but you definitely will not fall. I will make this a nicer view than just that because it looks unfinished. And this is all made to like fade out as well. But yeah, I'm definitely going to add some more things. Maybe I'll add some different colored mountains because this is quite noisy, this texture. So I think if I just add more, it'll look awful. So I'll add some more darker mountains, definitely darker mountains. And I think that would be quite a cool view to look at. I might make flying monkeys. I don't know. I'll play around. I might make them. But there's not really much life in the rest of... Oh no. There's not much life in the rest of the world. So I don't really want to make much, because if I make one form of life, the flying monkeys, then I have to make the rest, like the scarecrow or the tin man or something. So I don't know. I'm not sure. There is a chair in this room about here, but obviously it's Minecraft, so it's very hard to do kind of the small details. So I'm going to put the chair here because I can't actually find an image of what this part of the room looks like. So I'm just going to keep it here. Oh wait, no, I need to do it up one more, don't I? And then I can put the banner. Yes. Put some cobwebs up just to make it a bit dingy and grotty and gross. My goodness, doesn't this look cool? I love this broomstick. I love this broomstick. It's so cool. Should I see if I can move? Okay, it is that one. I'm gonna move this one this way a little. There we go. How awesome is this? I love that it looks like it is actually leaning. Do you know, it makes me want to build the scene where the three fairy godmothers are baking the cake for Princess Aurora in Sleeping Beauty. It's so... Oh my god, it's so cool. But I've added some stairs and obviously the lantern and some turrets just to make it a little prettier. I also am going to add turrets to the rest of these builds, so that's going to take a while. I will be right back. So I have put turrets on all of the towers, and I also have done some interiors, including the witch's bedroom. You've got some hats here, got a desk with whatever she's writing, and look, a void floor. It's very cool. It looks awesome. Pretty much every single room has something in it. So this one obviously is just like a corridor, but if you come through here, and this is a bit dark, this is where she will keep some of the flying monkeys. Some of them I haven't finished yet. I think I'll do this off camera and then I might put it on my Patreon. I will put exclusive bits and early access and whatnot in my Patreon. Alright, so I've added a ladder that goes straight to here, and then I believe, is it this way? Yes, and then across here, and then obviously around here, up through here. It takes a while. I may add more towers, I'm not sure. And then into the awesome room. I do love this so much. And the broomstick, oh my god. Honestly, I'm so happy with how this has turned out. It's making me so excited to do the Emerald City, but also really sad because once the Emerald City is done, there's no more to do, and it's so sad. And on that note, thank you very much for watching, and I hope very much to see you in my next episode, especially if it is the big Emerald City. I am incredibly excited for this series to continue, even if it is just for one more video or maybe two. Well, no, at least two, because there'll be a separate world tour video. But again, if you would like to see exclusive or early access or behind the scenes things or whatever, you should go and subscribe to my Patreon, because there should be some spoilers for the Emerald City coming very soon when I do make that, which is again incredibly exciting. So without further ado, if you liked this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye. Before I end the video, I just want to say, how amazing is this view?